ahead, put it on real tight. Hope you brought your best tonight. They say they got the fireworks, yeah, they say they got the show. Here around the chutes, you're the best, so let's go.
This is Texas Toast. I'm your host, Miss Helen. Kick back and enjoy as we toast the best from Texas. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Texas on Tap. I'm Miss Helen along with producer Kyle, and we've got some good songs coming up. We've had some great visits this week with some of our upcoming artists.
Two awesome interviews this week that I'm really excited to share with everybody.
Yes, so
it's weird whenever we do 2 in a week. It feels like we're way cooler than we are.
That's right. I love it. So we've got some songs to go over first and foremost and look at the charts. So do you want to get started with your 3 first?
Yeah, you get the fancy one this week, so I'll go first and get through them pretty quick for you. So the first one I want to talk about is from an artist named Kayla Ray. I believe she's out of like the Waco area, if I'm not mistaken. And she put out an album, I've got to assume, during COVID. And the album is called Songs of Extreme Isolation, Economic Crisis, and Other Funny Things. So that title is not only hilarious, but it really well and accurately summarizes these songs on this record. The song specifically that I'm going to be talking about is called If Freedom Is What We're After. And it's just a really cool song. Her voice is badass. I don't really know how else to describe it. If this is probably silly. For some reason, when I was listening to it, I was thinking, it's like she's got that sass that with Kate Watson from last week, but she's probably been divorced once or twice and smoked way more cigarettes.
That cracks me up. Did you happen to listen to her White Claw song too?
I skimmed through the record. I definitely plan on listening to the whole thing.
I liked her. She's funny.
Yeah,
she's funny. That was funny stuff. Thanks for finding that. That was awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a nice change. She's got like a cool rootsy, kind of sassy thing, and I really like her sound. Another thing that was cool about this song to me was they used these motifs throughout that kind of made it feel really familiar. So like even if you've never heard the song, you've heard a lot of the things that they do musically within the song, and that's just always nice whenever you feel like you've heard a song before.
I like that.
Yep. And the next one I'm going to talk about is another guy that's pretty, well known around Texas. He's been doing it for a long time. Dalton Domino has got a new song called Wasn't Her Own. This song hit me pretty hard right whenever I listened to it because his singing is very like passionate right from the beginning. So it's just a chill acoustic guitar. There's some organ. And he's just going full force, and then it just kind of like dynamically builds throughout the whole song. It's just like you're, going up an elevator or something real slow and dramatically for the whole song.
Yeah. I liked all of a sudden when it just got heavy hitting, like boom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cool. Yes.
Yep. I just love it whenever dynamics are done in a way that makes you feel something cool, I will say that song is about a minute longer than I wanted it to be, probably. But I guess he, determined that story needed to be told in full. So, I'm just glad that Dalton's around and he's writing good music. So the last one that I wanted to touch is one of my favorites. I've talked about him 100 times on here, but Corey Kent just keeps putting out awesome songs.
Boom. Love that one.
Yeah, it's so good. He's just got these like up in your face rock and roll badass like fast car songs, and then he's got songs like this new one called Now, and it's like a raw slow love song, and I don't know, he's just so consistent for me ever since I found him. I saw him open for Colby Cooper probably about a year ago, and I just have been keeping up with him probably more than any of the other artists we've talked about on this show. His voice is just incredible. Another thing I wanted to mention before we jump into your songs, Corey Kent's artwork on all these singles he's put out over the year. I don't know if you've seen those, but whoever's doing it is killing it. Like it's just got this, like, they all seem like they could fit into the same art catalog, but they're just super unique and really cool. So shout out to whoever's doing Corey's artwork on these singles.
Yeah, that makes it nice to have someone talented like that, because sometimes when it comes down to getting the artwork and picking what you're going to put on your covers, it's hard. And it's nice to have somebody that's right there on your team, evidently, or close to you, or somebody you could reach out to and
absolutely
get it done.
Well, that's all my songs for this week. You want to jump into your picks?
Yes, I'm going to start off with, I'm not a big ballad, lovey-dovey kind of song, girl. But Robert Ray has a new single out called More Than Love, and he's not new to Texas music. He's had 4 number ones, and of course, he's a South Texas boy from Alice. But his vocals were so good, and it was upbeat enough for me for a love song. But this is like the true love, the one song. It's like the song that every girl wishes their guy would sing to her or play for her.
Yeah.
If you're into all that kind of stuff. Now, me, I like weird stuff, but it's a great song. Great ballad. Robert Ray. I love Robert Ray. I've liked his music, followed him ever since he first started coming up. So it's Robert Ray. It's More Than Love. So guys, take your girl out on a date night and like surprise her and play it for her. That would be awesome. That would be so awesome. And then next up, a great solid song. It was the most added song on the Texas Country Music Chart. And it's from Jake Ward. It's called Heartland Girl. And of course, Jake is a Corpus boy. He's had 5 number ones. This is the follow-up to his last number one, which was Put You Down Tomorrow. But it's called Heartland Girl. It's just a fun freestyle kind of song. It's kind of got like a free and easy down the road I go, Dirk Bentley kind of sound.
I had a very similar vibe. Yep. I thought it was just well done all together. That's just funny that you said that song, because it's not that it even sounds like that song at all, but I got the exact same vibe, which
I know,
is
it's just
nice.
that. Yes, yeah. I really like it. Just a good solid song from Jake Ward, and it picked. Like I said, it was the most added. Okay, now me and Kyle are so excited about this song. Of course, our dear friends Kin Faux, that's a friend of the podcast, along with Terry McBride, which is another dear friend of the podcast. This particular song was written by Terry McBride, co-written with Jim Beavers, and so we got Kin Faux and Terry McBride teaming up. Does it get any better than that? And here it is. It's the brand new one. It's Wild Horses. This is Kin Faux featuring Terry McBride.
First time I saw her, she was dancing in a bar. A couple 2 steps later, she was dancing with my heart. She said, I'm not the kind that you can tame, I'm the kind you let go. Well, cowboy, you ought to know, wild horses, they gotta run, jump fences and have a little fun. So baby, don't hold my reins too tight, 'cause it's wild horses running wild tonight. Oh, tell them about it, Sarah.
I said, now don't worry, baby, this ain't my first rodeo. I can be your neon whiskey Romeo. I ain't gonna try and slow a fast one, lock you down. She said you couldn't anyhow, 'cause wild horses, they gotta run, jump fences, have a little fun. So baby, don't hold my reins too tight, 'cause this wild horses running wild tonight.
They gotta run, jump fences and have a little fun. So baby, don't hold my reins too tight, 'cause it's wild horses.
Whoa, wild horses, they gotta run, jump fences, have a little fun. So baby, don't hold my reins too tight, 'cause it's wild horses.
Wild horses,
oh, this wild horses
running wild tonight.
That is the latest, newest, freshest Texas country from Kin Faux featuring Terry McBride. That was Wild Horses. I love the lyrics, and this song, it just screams Terry McBride, as far as, me following his music from back with McBride in the Ride. But, some of us girls are the wild ones. We can't be tamed. But I love the neon whiskey Romeo. I mean, just the writing on that from Terry.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So they also cut a really cool video for this song. You might want to go look it up. I'm assuming that it's out. I think maybe so. Anyway, but they basically put out a casting call to, hey, we're going to go to such and such. You want to be in the video? Get your boots and jeans on and let's honky tonk. So only Kin Faux and Terry McBride. So love that song, guys. Great job. Great job. Y'all all check it out if you haven't yet. It's called Wild Horses.
Yeah, I think they did that video at Freiheit and in New Braunfels, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and they did it so quick. It was like one day you're saying, hey, y'all come on down. You know, Rico's like on social media inviting everybody come down, and here they go. Just a big old party video. I love it. I love their style.
Yep. I mean, they're partiers. I guess maybe they might not be. What do they say? They drink Diet Coke while everybody drinks tequila, but
they're hilarious.
I feel like they don't. Yeah,
they're hilarious.
They know their lane and they're doing it perfectly.
Yes, so. And just the smiles. I love their smiles and their music. Okay, so let's take a look at the charts for this week. The Texas Country Music Chart. We talked about Jared Birmingham's new one last week, Goin' and a Blowin'. It debuted at 68 on the Texas Country Music Chart. Another high debut on there was also Jason Young Band with Poor, Jake Blocker. I'll have a new baby tonight. I'll have to look at some of those. Now, I really should have talked about this song that hit the charts this week. Randy Rogers Band has a new song called Picture Frames. Maybe we'll preview that one. But if I can slightly get off track here about Randy Rogers Band, can I say something? Sure. Is it okay? I'm all over the place. I'm like bouncing off the walls today. I found it interesting because I was just going through stuff and you know, I read a lot of the industry stuff. Can you believe Randy Rogers Band? They're going to be celebrating 20 years.
Oh, yeah. And
so I was just at the radio station not too long ago. And when they celebrated their 10-year anniversary in music, do you know what? They sent out the coolest things because 10-year anniversary is aluminum. So they sent out this like shadow box with a smushed Bud Light can that probably was picked up at a fairground or one of their shows. Yeah. And they had it encased in this shadow box and like with the plaque, thanking everyone for their support. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. That's cool. And so the 20-year anniversary is actually China. So I don't know how they'll deal with that if they decide to do a redo on that. But their new one came in with the greatest spin increase. Jason Boland and the Stragglers talked about The Light Saw Me last week. That had the greatest spin increase. Josh Ward was in there as well with Lovin' Where It's Going, Rich O'Toole's 17 Wild Horses, and David Adam Burns as well. And of course, Josh Ward, Jake Bush, Ariel Hutchins, Randy Rogers, Jeremy Studdard, they were all in there with the most ads. I mean, they're already charting, but they had some more station ads. So look for them to really increase and have some momentum. That's a good little group of musicians in there. On the Texas Music Chart this week, again, last week he was #1, John Wolf's Tequila Sundown. #2 last week. #2 this week is Randall King's Record High. Randy Rogers and Wade Bowen are at #3, up from #4 with Rhinestone. Josh Abbott Band's Real Damn Good's at #4. And rounding out the top 5 on this chart is Cody Jinks, All It Cost Me Was Ever a Thing. And then looking at the Texas Regional Radio Report, #1 this week is Bree Bagwell with Heroes.
Staying up there.
Isn't that awesome? Tequila Sundown's #2. Case Harden with Alcohol Abuse is at #3. Cody Jinks is at #4. And rounding out the top 5 is George Navarro, Like You Do. CD Extraction, Texas, John Wolf remains at #1 with Tequila Sundown. Cody Jinks went from #5 to #2. All It Cost Me Was Everything. #3 is Randy Rogers and Wade Bowen with Rhinestone. #4 is Randall King's Record High. And rounding out the top 5 on this chart is the Josh Abbott Band with Real Damn Good. And I'm going to segue into the Real Damn Good Astros.
Oh, nice. That was slick. Real damn good.
Oh my goodness. World Series time. It doesn't get any better than that. Of course, nope, game 1, we weren't very happy, but game 2, yes.
Yep. Good stuff. You got plans to go? What are you doing this evening?
Oh, yes. It's all about the game. We got the menu out. We did some special shopping, like literally, like we usually wing it with supper or, and you know, we have so many people come over because a lot of our friends come from out of town, in town to fish. And they're like, hey, we got some steaks we'll bring or this or that. But we actually have a full menu. But I want to mention something. If everybody remembers, and I know you remember growing up, when the Astros and the Braves were in the National League together. I believe I did hear, and I was just thinking in the back of my mind, they have faced each other so many times. I think these two teams have faced each other in postseason more than any other teams. But do you remember in 2005, I'm sure you were pretty young, but do you remember the 18 inning game?
Oh yeah, I think I was there. We had tickets back then.
Well, I know that was when there was a tropical storm or hurricane coming in, and I actually had evacuated it, and I was at my grandmother's in Sealy. Well, actually San Felipe, I was out at her place. And that's where my love for the Astros came from with, growing up in my family. But my grandparents were just diehard. Like, I think I've told a story how when we were in high school, we would sit on the front porch and listen to the game on the radio because we didn't have cable and satellite and all this stuff. It was either you were lucky to get them on the TV but the whole thing was sit on the front porch, listen to the Astros game, but you couldn't talk unless there was commercials. But anyway, yeah, I still remember that game. That was amazing. And then I remember the storm. I can't remember what storm was even coming in, but it skipped right by us. But Chris Burke hitting that home run. And
oh my gosh, I haven't even thought about that guy in so long.
I know.
That's crazy.
He was good. He was one of my favorites.
Blast from the past. I remember Willie Taveras running around like a crazy man in center field.
Yes.
I loved that little dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, going down
Classic.
memory lane. That's cool stuff. So now here we are in the playoffs.
Still kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah. So
that's what I keep telling everybody. It's, we knew what we were getting into with them. Everybody was asking, you want the Dodgers? Do you want the Braves? And I was like, man, it would be as nice as it would be to just, I'm trying to think of a friendly way to say this, but give it to the Dodgers again. I would rather have a competition, a challenge, and I knew we'd get that with the Braves. I knew they were going to light us up with the bats, and obviously we could do that too. But it's just a matter of staying hot.
Right.
It's like
it is.
Like I was kind of mentioning to you earlier. It's kind of scary when especially if we're up. I guess if we're up 2-0, then it's less scary. But if it's 1-1, then it's just a fresh series again. So if the Braves go on a tear and win the next 2, then it's like, okay, I think we can still do it because we're gonna, we'll get on a streak after that. But
yes, and of course, I'm sure everybody knows, but I think it's kind of cool that our batting coach, his dad's the manager. I love all the family correlations and relatives that are playing, like the Billy Gurriel and his brother playing against each other, and it's pretty cool stuff. So I was concerned going in with our pitching, even before McCullers was out. I had some concern about pitching, but I never want to be like negative. I just try to keep positive. But as long as we can keep those arms hot and keep them in the zone, our bats are going to take over. It'll be fine.
Yep. Oh, so who's pitching tonight?
Garcia.
Yeah. Okay. So Garcia's pitching tonight.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Garcia's pitching tonight, and he did such a good job in that last game that he pitched to get us where we're going. So hopefully he'll have it. He'll be in his zone, in the strike zone.
Yep. We'll see where the ump's calling it at.
Yeah, I felt really bad. Charlie Morton, when he played for us, I always liked him. He was such a good pitcher.
Yeah.
And I think that he pitched through those innings with that leg injury. They said it was a broken leg, and then other people said, no, it's not broken. But regardless, it had to hurt bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, so it's been a good week. Oh, I caught 2 big flounder this week.
Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome.
What was it?
I'm jealous.
That was on my secret rig.
Nice.
Well, you got to work for it. They ain't just, So anyway, but flounder season's fixing to go on a shutdown starting the 1st and then through the first part of December. No flounder.
What do they go hibernate?
Yes, it's time for them to make their run. It's time for them to make their run and do their business.
That's weird. That's a lot of imagery there. Yeah. No. It's funny. I guess I never thought about what they do. What's a fish's business underwater?
Okay,
maybe it's that way. Maybe it's that way for a reason.
Okay, it's been one of those days. Of course, we just came off a podcast with the artists, and so I'm a little giddy now because that one was so much fun. We were already being silly during that one.
Yep, for sure. Another weekend. Oh no, I guess I am going to a show this weekend. It's not a country show though. I'm going to Dallas to see Angels and Airwaves. Cool. with some friends. That's kind of a nostalgic old school. We all really grew up loving Blink-182.
Oh yeah. So what I want to talk about too, and I know don't be shy, but I'm so excited because tell everybody what you're doing. You're working on an album and you've been writing some songs.
I have, yeah. So pretty much since around the time we started doing the podcast, I have just been cranking out country tunes, and I thought they were pretty good. So I went and showed a couple people, and I ended up getting this, I guess you could call it a development deal with a studio and a pretty well-known producer. One of the guys who's worked on Shane Smith, all their stuff. He's going to be making a record for me later this year. So basically what I am doing right now is I've got an Indiegogo campaign, and I am trying to raise some extra cash just to, get the record to the next level, get it to where I want it to be. It's like if I'm going to go all in on this thing, I'm just going to, it's kind of like all or nothing. That describes me as a person anyways. But yeah, I mean, it's going really well. We just launched it like about a week ago, and I've already raised like a third of the goal.
Good.
So yeah, still got a while left on that. So that's kind of what I'm pushing for the next month or so. And then I get to go cut a record.
That'll be so exciting. I can't wait to hear your music.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited about it too. So
yeah, good for you.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, you want to leave it at that, or you got something to make them laugh again?
The only thing I was going to add to that is it's like, I just look like such a loser over here. Like Kyle's producing the podcast, and then he goes to all these shows and he's making an album, and I go catch fish.
Oh my gosh. I mean, hey, you're doing what you want to do. I mean, I think that's what we all live for, right?
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
I guess that's the goal. Long-term goal.
I guess that'll wrap it up. For today, I think
you're not a loser.
I better stop while I'm ahead. No, I'm an underachiever. Although I have to say, somebody referred to me as a professional lady angler the other day because I was going to go fish with them. They're like, we're going to have a pro on the boat. And I'm like, don't even go there. Really?
I mean, I wouldn't disagree based on my experience.
Oh my gosh. We're going to get you here when the fish are really biting.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it'll happen.
Get a good day.
All right, I will see you next week. Go Stros.
Go Stros. Cheers, Kyle.
Cheers. Have a good weekend.
Well, you can go to hell. Hell, I'll go to Texas. I've had my fill of every place but home. Well, take away these cities.